Welcome. This is the American Car Classics radio program, and I am your host, Kenny Schofield. With me, as always, is Mike Charbonneau and Todd Byron.
Hey.
We have a special guest coming on to this afternoon, Rick Silverstein. He's a local Vero guy, and I met him through Steve Charbonneau and Todd Byron, and we're going to talk about his hot rod in a little while.
Roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining in to us. Mike,
Yeah.
how's things, man?
Good. It's a little tired. Been working a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing some cement work at the house.
Yeah.
Kind of like you got a tan, bro.
Yeah, it's from being outside.
Only the one side, though. The one side you can tell you've been working in the mornings only or something.
No, I wish it was only in the morning.
You were building a waterfall out front, you said.
No waterfall.
No?
When the water main broke,
Yeah.
then I had a waterfall.
Yeah, right. That's right.
The sweat was like a waterfall.
It wasn't, but man, it's been hot. No, it hasn't been that hot this week. We're out here in Indian River County and Brevard County, and it hasn't been as hot as. Look, the other morning it was 73 degrees when I went to work at 5:30 in the morning. That was a lot better than the 81 that it's been.
And by 9, it's 92 degrees.
Yeah.
It is hot.
I think it was 107 today.
It
felt like
It feels like
107.
temperature.
Yeah, it was 97 in Vero, 107.
Right. Well, I didn't work on any cars today. I took care of office stuff all day long, and then wrote a bunch of stuff for this program here, and that's where I spent my time and was doing all that. So,
Yeah.
How about you? Did you go outside today, Rick?
For 5 minutes.
5
Hot.
minutes.
That was enough.
Hot.
Yeah. Now understand that's 2 minutes walking into Cracker Barrel and then a minute walking out, and then that was a minute and a half walking into Chick-fil-A and then walking out at lunchtime. And I bet you haven't had dinner yet.
Not yet.
Okay, so that's your
Jeez.
5 minutes outside.
He's out.
You ready to have some of that good food and you going? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I like dinner. I'm going to Fujiyama afterwards with my daughter and her boyfriend.
Not what? Boyfriend.
Yeah, she's got a
You got to straighten that out.
Well, I met him. I took him on the electric skateboard, and I let him know that, I got out of the car and met him and pulled him up to me and gave him a bump on the chest, and he
Right.
bounced back a little bit. And she's like, "Don't embarrass me, Dad." I'm not going to embarrass you at all. What kind of music do you like to listen to? He said, "Rap." I said,
Oh, jeez. It happens.
yeah, I left the radio off the whole way to the mall.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what do you got going on here?
So I don't know. We wrote a bunch of stuff. My little ticker tape thing here says that, that stuff that we're going to try and talk about today was our week in review, because we like to go over a little bit of work banter as to where it's all been and stuff. So I go to you, Todd, and say, "Hey, man,
Hey, dude.
what'd you do this week?"
Work?
Yeah.
Been working?
Working a lot?
Oh, man.
What do you got going on?
Cars.
Yeah.
Cars.
How's the Buick coming?
Slow.
Slow.
Yeah. Haven't really did too much of that, kind of waiting on our
Right.
radiator condenser and stuff.
Gotcha. You're still waiting on the radiator?
Yeah.
You got it for the Mustang, though.
I got everything for the Mustang. Worked
Okay.
on that a little bit. We're in the back right now. Got the fuel cell all mounted and all that stuff. And
Right.
the radiator and condenser. We're going to build in the car basically, and then tearing it all back apart so we can paint it and that. But meanwhile, that gentleman with the Mustang, the 57 that I
Right.
went to
Yep,
meet coming
yep,
out,
yep.
Yeah.
it
Took
got
the
towed in yesterday. So
Oh, boy.
it's got a tranny leak and what else? Ignition. The ignition switch, you hit it, it needs a new ignition switch because it starts up and you let off and it dies. And, you got to like kind of hold it and wiggle it and, hold one eye shut and stuff like that. But,
Right.
Yeah,
What's written on your left hand?
I can't tell you
He
that.
can't tell you that.
That would be a love note from my wife.
I hadn't seen that earlier.
It's in permanent Sharpie.
It's a password.
All right. I thought that I'd shaken your hand earlier, but I guess it's the other hand. I didn't really look at that until now. So
Apparently, it's a password for something. I don't even remember what it was for.
well, show it to the world. If you don't know what it's for, then nobody in the world will know what it's for.
Don't show it.
No, I don't know. It could be my retirement.
Let's
account or
scratch out. Let's
something.
scratch
I know.
out. Let's scratch out every third letter or number and see if people can guess it. We'll give them a prize or something.
I would forget.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try to write it down somewhere
Right,
important.
right.
Right. Well, I got to
forget.
make a couple more videos at work this week. We had a 2018 Ford F-150 come into Dolphin Auto that needed some brake work. The right rear caliper was locked up. Apparently, this is a thing because when you go to order them, everybody says, "Hey, I can get your left one."
Right. You
No
can only
left.
get the left.
Yeah, can only get the
Really?
left. Yeah, on a 2018. So
What's the difference? Right to the left.
bracketry, I don't know. The right one's going bad a lot more than the left one.
Yeah, but
Only
I mean-
on the Ford F-150s, on a lot of cars.
I don't know that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I've never really seen a whole lot of them where they differentiated the difference between right and left on the rear disc.
I mean, other than
I mean, it
mounting
must be
brackets or something, but maybe
must
it's
be,
far
yeah.
enough away from a line that it's not cooling or releasing or
It's
something's
a Ford
doing.
thing.
Right.
But when I went to go do the front rotors, which one of the hubs have been replaced, but not this one, and this one's been on for 4 years. It's just,
Right.
it's a Florida truck. It's not rusted out or anything bad or anything. Oh, cheers, Kevin.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Kevin Kress, our producer, is drinking, so I wanted to toast the guy because I'm not a jerk.
Yeah, I
So,
really can't remember doing
I took a rubber mallet to this thing, dead blow, and it didn't move the rotor. I've got the hub off. I mean, I've got the caliper off. And I'm trying to get this rotor off.
Yeah.
And it won't budge. So I got a big mallet and a drift pin because you hate to hit a lug stud with a hammer because now you're going to replace that lug stud. So I use a brass drift. And I hit it as hard as I could, and it wouldn't move. So I got my air hammer with a shock punch on it, and I'm just banging through this thing. It wouldn't come off. It would not come off. So I made a video about it.
Right.
Because that's what we do here at American Car Classics. And it was just, man, I just couldn't believe how rusted it was. So this is a,
Was it from New England?
no, it's Florida truck.
Wow.
Florida truck, yeah.
Was he got a boat? Pool guy?
No, but he's got a little farm.
You know what I mean? You think
in
a pool?
Grant,
Yeah, right.
He's got a farm?
He's got a little
Oh,
farm.
that'll tell you
Yeah.
a lot about him. Especially if he hauls manure,
Well,
right?
he drives a Ford with it, so he drives a
No,
Ford,
yeah.
right? So that's a
if you have
problem.
a Chevrolet, you'll avoid a lot of those problems.
The end of my video, I said Ford rust, Ford tough, and shut it off.
Right,
So
right.
Oh, that's
that's
good.
out on Instagram, I think, right now, and it's just having fun with stuff.
Yeah. And we got to give kudos to Todd for our logo. And
Yeah,
this beautiful
man.
Mustang right here.
Yeah, what about that beautiful Mustang?
I owe that logo a little bit to Julie. It's her idea with her.
You
stuff,
mumbled a
her
little bit.
sticker.
What'd you
Oh,
say
she's
to me?
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We're talking about Julie Byron. This is Todd's
I've
wife.
got a heck of a team.
and
You do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 29 sheep, 2 donkey.
2 donkeys.
That love you.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you come home, they
Three
go,
turkeys.
all right, how's the turkeys? Are doing good, right? They're getting big.
The babies are big.
Yeah, they're big
Well,
babies.
I think what are they, 8 weeks and they're full grown, right? 4 weeks?
They're only 3.5 now, but
4
how long
months.
till they're full grown, Julie?
They won't.
Oh, boy. Thanksgiving. Is that what that,
No.
are those eating turkeys or
I
they?
ain't eating them.
As soon as she names them, you know you're screwed.
That's it. You're
I don't
done.
raise
it's a-
animals to eat them.
Right.
And she knows I won't do anything.
Oh, you can hear them.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes we get to hear the donkeys.
The donkey, yeah.
And with the sheep, one of them is named May, and is it
No.
what's the one that's really sweet?
Oh, that's Moose.
Mary. I was so close.
Oh.
Yeah, so Mary, she's
Moose
going to
and
come
Mary.
in, and Moose, right? That's the little one that there's the two that were adopted or that came from a mom that.
Rejected them.
Yeah, right. So so they're going to come and visit us sometime on the set and what have
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Now we can't bring a donkey around here,
I would.
You could.
yeah.
You could bring one out.
but next
you
to
don't want to
you
bring
know,
them
next
out
to a
with
car or
everybody
something.
else.
As
Well,
long as you-
they're pretty good.
as long as you
They
have
don't eat-
treats.
You know, just
Yeah, treats.
block up the mirrors or something. So they don't eat the mirrors off. Nah, donkeys don't do. Donkeys ain't like that. They're not
So
like that.
so Ken, you had these 4. You had the F-150, and then you had, every car you had in
Yeah.
the shop was a Ford.
Yeah, so while I open the doors
that
on
tell you
Thursday,
something?
it does. So yeah, four out of 4 vehicles on Thursday. Last Thursday were Fords. I had an old boss, Tiny Pongetti, and he used to say KMIB, and that meant keep me in business.
Right.
And every time a Ford would come in, he'd just say KMIB,
Wow.
KMIB.
And you have like a what do you got? A
good
coupe out front?
Yeah, we have a customer. His name is Bill O'Neill. Great guy, man. And he brought us this 1930 Ford Coupe. It's got a Chevy small block, 350 turbo trans, and a Ford 9-inch in it. And it's a really nice car, and it's done in matte black. It's an all-metal car, but it is a kit car. It comes with many parts, but he's needing to sell it. And he's asked us to try to represent him in that sale, so we've got it out front for $18,500. It's got a TCI front end in it, Todd,
Yeah.
and all the bushings are gone. They're all rotted and gone. It sat for 12 years in a
Yeah, well,
dry
you
ass
let 'em
barn.
sit,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gonna go bad. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I
has
said,
the car been driven?
it's been driven some. I mean, I pull it out front every morning, so I'm going around my pond. But it's all the bushings are
Around
gone.
the
I mean, did they build the car
no.
and drive
Yeah,
it?
no, not
so
very
they never
much.
finished.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
That's
Okay.
the worst thing.
Yeah,
to do, you know?
yeah. Well, this is people they finished it to sell it, and then somebody bought it and didn't do
Yeah.
due diligence to drive part of their collection or whatever.
Right.
That happens a lot too.
And Rick, what do you have?
32 high boy.
High boy. Oh, high boy.
Yeah.
Nice.
What I like about his, no fenders, and I used to say
Real clean
topless,
Right.
but the wheels on it are old school steel spoke,
Kelsey Hayes wires. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
and and they're gold.
Right.
Well, they're not
No, they're
gold.
tan.
They're tan.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just a very
It's a good
it's
offset.
it's a great
Really
offset
look.
because it is about the wheels a lot of
Right.
the time and what
Yeah.
you want to do and how big or what. He
Yeah.
didn't go big. I don't know if they're the same all the way around. They're not.
No.
17s in the back, 15s in front.
Yeah. And the stance is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I met you at this garage party in that neighborhood. Tell me what that was. That was the.
You don't
Was that
remember?
for Dana? Was that for
That's
Dana
for
Henry?
Dana.
That was for Dana Henry's
Henry
stuff.
Dana, the Black Dogs.
Yeah, the Black Dogs Garage.
Tom Pasula has
Okay.
it every year.
Okay. Steve and I drove our cars out to this place. It was Fort Pierce, isn't it? Somewhere.
Yeah.
We do it at Tom's house. It was on the cul-de-sac, or are you talking about the
It was on the cul-de-sac where we lined them up down the yard.
Tom
Yeah.
Pasula? Yeah.
Yeah.
Every March.
But where was that? Fort Pierce.
Port St. Lucie,
Port
off
St.
Midway
Lucie.
Road.
Right. Okay. Right.
Pretty cool. A lot of
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah,
Nice
a lot of
cars.
fun, man. A lot of fun. They've got some projects going on of their own in the back. And Steve Charbonneau, who's one of the hosts here. Steve's off the clock for right now. And I was introduced to you there, and we started talking about your car. And, we started talking about other things. And you said, man, I got this thing in my head that's just been binging around there. And we'll keep talking about that. But
we got
it's
to.
it's a little option on the show and something stuff. So we've got to get some
Spin-off.
copyrights written down or something, and then announce that thing. But it's super cool.
Good.
Yeah. So your car, does it have a name? Does she have a name?
Not yet.
Yeah. Get
Not
there.
yet. That's a pretty good name right there, bro.
One of the things that we
What's
like
your
to
car's
do.
name? Not yet.
Yeah. One of the things. No.
But it is a her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all.
I think they all are.
Yeah.
You for our listening audience, I just say that we really love to make sure that you have a name for your car because she is so much part of the family and everything else for you. My Nova is named Lucy, and that's a primary drive car. So
Right.
Todd, you have a name for your truck? What the hell are you doing?
I'm just thinking.
I thought you were stroking out.
He's
dude.
thinking.
Lockjaw,
I don't know what he's doing.
palpitating.
I don't know.
Well, you got
Never
names for
called.
cars too, man. Julie, no names for the cars?
No.
Did I ever
Kevin
call?
Kress?
Hang on, but-
Your Element is called
It's called
Elvis.
Elvis?
Yeah, Element.
You know what?
Is
yesterday,
that considered a
Elvis's
car?
birthday.
Honda
yesterday? That's January 8th. Yesterday
that.
was Elvis's 45th
Stop. You. Yeah, what?
Anniversary.
of his death.
Now I'm
Yeah.
going to take this.
Oh, look at this.
I'm gonna throw it away.
That was one of his
Oh,
history.
dude. Hey,
I
man.
quit.
I'm sorry. It's just the way it is, bro.
So read the history thing.
I
What
just
do you got
answered one of
there?
the history things.
That's awesome.
I didn't even know you had it on it. That's why I don't have that paper.
No, that's right. But you're freelancing or free guessing or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
No, I knew because,
He's swinging from the hip.
part of
Todd.
my news.
Yeah.
It's on my news feed thing that my real news I listen to.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. Don't.
Yeah,
well,
hey,
listen,
yeah.
people are going to freeze.
Yeah. Here it is. August 16th, 1977. Elvis Presley died at his Graceland estate in Memphis, Tennessee at the age of 42.
Yep. That's
He was
crazy.
born January 9th. Did he really die, though? Isn't there a big conspiracy?
Oh, right there on the toilet. Right there on the toilet.
Well, that's what they say.
You know, coming from the flat earther that we got here. you know.
I want to know what he's going to be the 87th president. Elvis is.
No.
Okay.
No, man. Where'd you come up with that?
He was a Democrat anyway, I think.
No, I don't know what
I
it
don't
was.
either, but
I don't know.
I'm going to run with that because what the hell?
I know. You just
I don't know better.
the way you
So
roll.
my work week has been fun and interesting. Out
Sounds
golf
like
and
it.
auto and all that. And what do you do all day long?
Work.
Pull this up to your mouth.
Work.
Rick works.
Actually, I've been riding around in a red car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which she's beautiful,
Burning
man.
gas.
I would, right?
Tires and gas.
You put 2 pictures on Facebook, just 2, and each got 100 likes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Well, it's a nice
It's a nice car.
Yeah.
And the top turned out well. Really nice.
It did come out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And who'd you say did that?
Phil Martin.
He's-
Retired Phil Martin.
Oh, retired.
Yeah.
Then don't call that. Don't
Yeah,
call that
don't
guy.
call Phil then because he's
Don't call
retired.
Phil. He's retired.
You have to know him to get the work done.
Yeah, that's awesome. Look, we're going to go away for a minute, and so I just keep talking about what we're going to be doing here during the day. We've got a little bit of NASCAR report coming up. I did a big interview with the Brevard County Zoo and a guy that donated a car a few weeks back. We talked about that from the July 9th Meekum auction here in Orlando. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. We've got some stories to do. We've got some tech talk, some great questions in there. A little bit of history in them, and we're going to talk to Rick a little bit more before he boots out here or something like that. So hang out. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the American Car Classics radio program. I'm Kenny Schofield, and with me is Mike Carano, Todd Byron, and Rick Silverstein. He's a beautiful guest today here on the American Car Classics.
He's a car guy.
Beautiful guest.
He's a beautiful guest.
Smiling.
He's a handsome young man.
handsome young man.
Here we go. Real quick. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, iHeartMedia, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. You can download the iHeartMedia app.
Yeah,
And
just do it.
you could call the ACCR hotline, leave a voicemail or text message to have your tech talk questions answered on air. Phone number 772-584-1048, or email us at AmericanCarClassics@yahoo.com.
Man, if that isn't enough information to
good.
understand that we can go to the bathroom with you, then I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah.
We can be in your kitchen, in your car.
Yeah.
You take us to bed with you.
I want to be able to say, Alexa, turn on American Car Classics Radio. Can we do that yet? Oh, yeah. All right,
Yeah.
we're
See,
good.
you can do that.
Wow.
Really? Who's Alexa?
Yeah.
Who's Alexa?
I met her once. Yeah. She's not in my house, dude. She listens too well.
Yeah.
I would be in trouble with the government. Yeah. So, real quick. So we are based here in Vero Beach, Florida. Beautiful Sunshine State. And
the Treasure Coast.
The Treasure Coast. The Treasure Coast, because there are sunken ships off of the coastline, and people bring in treasures.
Yep.
A lot of treasure.
Beautiful little paradise.
I live in Brevard County, which is
I'm
called
sorry.
The Space
the
Coast.
Space Coast.
Yeah.
Right. We feel
Because
bad for you.
we fly to space.
Yeah, no, you ain't. You
Well,
ain't
they-
floating the space.
yeah,
but
well, they're
that'll
gonna-
be in another conversation.
It's a whole
From
different
space.
podcast. Trust us, it's
yeah.
a whole different podcast.
Yeah.
And you can find that too on Spotify, like you
Exactly.
can find us or something.
Right, because according to Todd, we've never been to the moon.
You never been to the moon.
Because we're going to
You've been
circle
lied
the
to all
moon.
your
We're going
life.
to circle the moon at the end
I
of the
just want
month.
to know something.
We are.
Yes.
I just want to know something. Why does that rocket do
I said that last week because it's on a low orbit.
exactly?
But that's
It is a
that's
low
because
orbit. You know
that's
why?
a communication
because
satellite.
it can't go no higher. It's going to hit
No.
the firmament, bro. Read your Bible,
I
man.
do. Listen, I'm going to sit down with
this
my
is a
Bible.
car thing. We need to stay on
Yeah,
cars.
stay on
I'll,
cars.
I'll
I love
educate
all
you
of my
on
co-hosts.
God's
Listen,
plan.
it's beautiful. And,
Yeah.
and God is great. And if anybody thinks any different, then you can click the channel right now.
People are
Because
crazy.
God is our...
We're going to have to do a flat Earth podcast. Is that what we're trying
Well,
to
right on. So, on with our as we go into the next segment, and Phil can do whatever he wants to with that. Phil
Rick over here thinks we're
Russo.
a bunch of cuckoos.
Phil
man.
Russo is another one of our producers, and he's behind the scenes. And I don't ever want to not mention him and Kevin Kress because these guys are beautiful. They help us out. We
I
mentioned
think everybody's beautiful, according to Kenny.
it's a beautiful world, man. I've had a drink and it tasted good.
Yeah. I'll rip this
We
cord
mentioned
off my
Julie
head.
earlier. Julie does help out so much here at the studio. And with Todd's daily life, of course, it's his wife. But
Yeah, I've got a busy life.
does so much and stuff. So we want to thank her very, very much. I got here early tonight, and she helped set up a bunch of lights that we hope make everything a little bit better, and got the communication set up and everything else. Behind the scenes, another one, Tiana DeVoid. She runs Dolphin Auto, and she's a great person. She helps out a ton with all this, the show preparation, interviews. I mentioned that I did a big interview with the Brevard County Zoo and some great people that have donated a car to Meekum make them auction for sale to go to the proceeds with the zoo. So she did a whole filming of the interview and all that, and Phil's going to put that up on our podcast and everything else, and it was just great. So thank you to everybody who's behind the scenes. And real quick, while we're thanking people, Steve Charbonneau, he's a great friend of ours, and he's got some business stuff going on all this, and we're going to talk about his new endeavors here in a little while down the road and all that. But Todd Byron owns Todd Byron's Collision Center and Todd Byron's Classic Restorations.
Yeah.
Both here in Vero Beach. So if you've got a new car or an old car, you can talk to Todd, although he's very busy.
Wait,
And there is a
tell
waiting
the
list,
truth. You don't talk to Todd. When
Okay.
you're at Todd's.
Not really.
You don't.
You have
You
to
don't.
make an appointment to talk.
You have to make, and well, even when you make the appointment, you
Well,
go
it
in the
really
office
depends.
Right.
on.
You know, if you've been a friend of mine for 35 years or so,
You got to be at least 35 years.
Right.
I'm screwed.
Yeah, me too.
Rick
You're
will walk
next
I'm
in
never
line.
getting in.
Rick knows how to talk to me.
Right. So Mike Carano, Mike, you're retired NYPD,
Yeah.
and you do stuff with your brother now. You have what I would call an investigations firm.
Right. Right. Yeah, but now I'm kind of
Yeah,
easing
tapering
out of
back.
that, yeah.
Well, I knew October is kind of like a
October's around the corner.
Yeah, and
I'm
you bought a
done.
little RV.
Bought an RV. We're going to travel Florida a little bit.
You and your wife Kimberly. I love
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, we're going to travel
Yeah.
around Florida because I'm not going out of state anymore.
Okay.
Or out of country. That's not happening.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Well, that thing could go down to
Staying-
Mexico.
Go who?
It could go down to Mexico,
Yeah, I'm not going there.
and you could come back
See
with
all
a
the
little
stuff
bit of
that's going
contraband.
on in
What's he say,
Mexico right
Miko?
now? That's what I thought he said. Mexico's only one town over.
That's
right?
Right. That's the town that separates.
They gotta have
Dolphin
a
Island and
holiday in
Grant.
there.
Yeah, there's a-
Love that.
yeah.
Love
We'll
that.
probably travel around Florida. I know we're going to St. Augustine next week.
I love
I'll
that.
be. I
That's
won't
the-
be here next week. I'll be in St. Augustine.
The haunted lighthouse.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll
you
be
won't
up
be
there.
here next week.
No.
Hey, you know what's
All
really
right.
fun is the state campgrounds.
The state campground.
Yeah, we used to
real
hit
good.
them
Yeah.
a lot when I camped a lot.
Yeah,
man.
well, I just joined the 1,000 Trails.
Oh yeah.
So that's all throughout Florida, and this is, I think I got 5 other states that are involved, so it's not too bad. We'll try that.
Yeah, but
Beautiful.
The state campgrounds are great.
Yeah, I'm
A
gonna
lot of fun.
Fort DeSoto Park over in St. Pete.
Right, I'm gonna try to hit a couple of the springs because I hear the springs are just beautiful.
Yeah, and the Manatee
Always,
and
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, so we'll see
Water's
what
cold.
happens.
Sponge docks. There's so much to do here in Florida.
It's paradise.
You can't.
Why would you,
can't
want to live
snow
anywhere
ski.
else? That's why everybody's moving here.
Yeah.
Right.
1,000 a day, bro.
Well, because it's a free
I think
state.
it's more than that, bro.
Do you?
It is free.
It's a free state here, baby.
Yeah,
We got a good governor.
but it costs to live here.
Real quick, we're going to talk about a flyer that we'll ask Phil to put a picture up of in the corner of the screen or something like this. This is for a grand opening of a restaurant that Todd and Steve and I eat at every Saturday morning, almost every Saturday morning. Don't start stalking us. If you make us change where we're going, well, I'm just going to tell you Todd carries, so just don't stalk us.
Well, you get there too early.
Yeah, we do get there pretty early.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see you coming, though. So this is Nettie's Roadside Restaurant that is formerly Larry's Roadside Restaurant. The address is 2555 27th Avenue Southeast. This is, if you're familiar with our Vero Beach area, this is probably about most of a mile west of US 1 on Aviation Boulevard. Todd, is that about right?
Yeah, probably.
All right. So
Right
it's-
next to Piper.
it's right next to Piper.
Oh, so it's before
Aircraft.
the airport.
It's right
Yeah,
at
It's right
Piper.
at the airport,
Right
right?
at
What
there.
isn't it? What is that? The, what's-
27th Avenue and Aviation Boulevard.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's
Yeah. So Nettie McGee has bought this restaurant. She made the purchase earlier this year,
Sounds like a
and
song.
Yeah.
Larry, who owned the restaurant for almost 11 years, sold it to her, and she's trying to keep everything pretty much the same, except putting a little bit of new flavor and a little bit of new spin into it. She's got a great staff. Food
Yeah.
comes out all the time, banging. So we're very, very happy with the change and everything else. So she said she hears our conversation about us talking, cars and radio show stuff. And she said, hey, if you'd like to help put on a little something, I'd love to help. And me being the Mighty Mouse guy that I am, I jumped in there and said, yeah, we would take care of you. But
There's more to it.
okay, so I'm going to jump in here because I'm ADHD and squirrel. So this show is almost.
Rick's looking at you like you're crazy.
he is crazy, bro.
I'm going to talk to Rick for a little while since you guys know all this. This show started 9 years ago this month, August, and it has been on WAXE
Yeah,
W
Waxy.
started Waxy.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
And then it went to WCZR.
Yep.
Both
Yep.
of those are West Palm Beach stations that played all the way up in here in the Vero, Sebastian area.
Right.
That we did. And then we went over to WMMB, which was a Melbourne station, and we've cut that short. But
That was very short.
We are now. Listen, we've been in somebody else's studio every time. We've been, what do you say, constrained to a lot of things that maybe.
A lot of rules and regulations.
Just things that you
Put it
thought
that
you
way.
had,
Like
knowledge
living
of or
in
whatever
an
else.
HOA.
Like living in an HOA.
There
you go.
You can't paint your
You
house
said it on the
blue.
head, buddy.
You can't build a shed in the backyard.
Yeah.
Don't put pavers in your driveway, Kevin. Don't do it.
No.
Okay.
Don't say that word. Don't. What word was that?
Right.
I don't know, but it ain't good.
Right. So now we are
Don't
here.
question me.
We left everything, and it's taken us a few months, and we are at what I call the House of Byron. This is Todd Byron's house.
This is my garage.
This is his garage.
Part of it.
And we worked hard. You and Steve and I, we sat up here and did a little bit of night painting and
Yeah.
got some stuff done. You and your wife got the logo
Now I got to
made.
finish painting the rest of the stuff.
This is your Mustang that you've got on Bring a Trailer.
Yep.
Do you have a lot number or
I
a
don't
reserve
know.
number or something like that? And then the motorcycle is not for sale?
Nope.
Okay. That's part
just
of,
one of them.
yeah, that's part of Todd's collection that as you tune into our Instagram page and other stuff, you're going to see videos of and stuff like that is around, and it's so fun. Todd's house is a little farm. We've got 29 sheep and some donkeys and all that stuff that we said earlier. So,
A lot of red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like that, don't you?
well, behind us is
My
behind
truck's blue.
in front of us, behind the cameras, is a 1970 Chevelle that's
Right.
red and black.
Red and
The
black.
tractor,
Yeah.
Red
It's
and black.
red. Yeah, it's a Mahindra.
Right. A couple of
Mahindra.
motorcycles over there are red. You got some yellow ones.
yeah.
Yep.
But
Yep.
more
We got
red,
red
than any.
snap-on welders.
Yep. Kevin's wearing a red Chevelle
Red
shirt.
cooler.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see who you're sucking up to.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Nah, me and Kevin go way back.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Foreigner.
It'll
always be Foreigner.
We went back before all
Well,
that.
I just, for me, that's the memory that I have.
Oh, yeah.
Of the story. That's the story. All right. So again, Phil will edit whatever he feels he needs to. So this car show at Nettie's Roadside Restaurant, which was formerly Larry's Roadside
And
Restaurant.
the gang that goes there, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you're
but
beautiful.
The gang that goes there, of us guys on Saturday morning,
Yeah.
we don't call it Larry's. We don't call it Nettie's. We call it the Curve.
Yeah, it's the restaurant on the curve.
Right.
That's right.
We
The
call
curve.
it the Curve. That's
yeah.
our word.
Because there's a hell of a curve right
There's a
there.
hell of a curve, yeah.
There's two curves, but one's got a stoplight.
Right. Yeah,
Now-
but we call it the Curve. So if you ever come there at breakfast, we're there at 6:30 in the morning. If you,
What's on your left hand? What's on your left hand?
We'd appreciate it if you showed up and bought our breakfast.
Yeah.
We would definitely
Sign
we
autographs?
would definitely
Take pictures.
give
and
you
selfies.
thanks on the
Right.
podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. There
that's
you
how
go.
get perks, bro.
Okay.
And
All
I can see that
You
there's a
buy our
whole.
breakfast.
If you look at the flyer, it has a whole pile of pancakes.
Yeah, that's Kenny.
Yeah.
That's Kenny. I'm Kenny Pancakes. Dude.
So be a minute. I thought
Scrambled
you
eggs.
sworn off pancakes.
Well,
now.
I've had like a 7-year relationship with Denny's that I've eaten no less than 2 and as many as 4 pancakes a day.
Right,
For
for the
7
last 7
years.
years.
And then the doctor said at 256 pounds, hey, dude, let's start talking about diabetes. And I was like, I don't. Diabetes doesn't run in my family. He said, it's about to.
Yeah. All that syrup.
Yeah. And the Pepsi that went along with the syrup, and there was butter under them pancakes too. So,
Right.
so I've cut all that back, and I'm a good boy now, and I'm going to the gym.
All right, let's talk some
So,
cars.
yeah.
Yeah, so go to that car show.
Right. So
Yeah.
listen. So this is Saturday, September 10th. All seriousness.
You gonna go, Kenny?
2555 27th Avenue Southeast, Vero Beach, Florida. September 10th from 8 to noon. There's going to be some breakfast specials, door prizes. There's going to be an Employees Car Choice Award. There's going to be the American Car Classics Top of Choice. The show is $15 if you're local. It's going to go to taking care of Nettie on her advancement with all of her stuff that she's adding to the restaurant. And it's going to go to us to help support us and make sure that we're here for you guys to enjoy like this every week. Every week.
Nice.
Every week.
We're going to start doing 2 a week.
Ooh.
No, we're not.
Easy.
Okay,
You
so
better not.
so we'll put this up on our podcast and Instagrams and all that stuff, and let you all see that. And
On the Facebook
we'd love to see
page.
the local people here. And if you, hey, maybe I'll include one that says they saw it on podcast, they drove their ass off to get there. Maybe we'll buy you breakfast ourselves. All
There
right.
you go.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
So
Kenny will. He's got all the money.
Yeah.
I run a farm. I'm broke.
Yeah.
Dolphin Automotive.
son of a bitch, I'm telling you.
I'm retired. I don't make any money.
Yeah, he's on a fixed income.
That's not funny, Kevin.
All right, so go ahead. Finish your stories.
All right.
Go ahead.
No,
What do you got?
we have a lot of stories. We have a lot of stuff going on, and we'll try and breeze through some of them. Mike, you got a copy of this stuff. Todd does not have a copy. He likes
I
to
don't
be
need a
kept in
copy.
the dark.
So he doesn't know any of the
I
stories.
know
He knows
everything.
nothing. Well, he says he knows everything. Right. So let's just jump in here. On June 20th, 1903, a gentleman by the name of Tom Fetch began a cross-country trip. That's right. In 1903, Todd, this guy wanted to take a vacation.
Yeah.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
So Tom took off from New York City to San Francisco in a newly designed Packard Model F. Tom was a plant manager and a test driver for Packard, and he took this trip with a guy named Marius Crarup. I'll just remember that. He was the editor of a magazine way back there called the Automobile. And so these two took this trip to prove that an American-built automobile could go across the country, passing through the nearly impassable mountains, desert roads, and trails to get to the East Coast and or vice versa. So 1903, man, they're taking a cross-country trip in a
I had
brand
to
new
take
car.
them
It's just amazing. It's
months.
amazing to me.
That
How
was
many-
before AAA.
that is before AAA.
Yeah.
And before AARP.
Right.
Their Packard weighed 2,200 pounds, but by the time they got loading it with all the stuff that they thought they would need, which was extra gas tanks, shovels, wheels, so forth, so on. I'm going to turn the page. This car weighed over 3,000 pounds when they were done.
Wow.
To make this trip. And I'm going to tell you right now, gas wasn't $4.88 a gallon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those days that was a long summer right there. So it's just amazing to me that
In 1903, they did this.
yeah,
In a Packard. though.
120 years ago,
Yeah.
That was
Crazy.
like a lifetime, bro.
and 2,200 miles. I mean, this is 30 years after there were circled wagons and
Right.
and the arch hadn't been built yet, and they had to cross the Mississippi, and that's just crazy stuff right
On
there.
a raft, probably.
So they had the first record for the Cannonball from coast to coast.
They had the first record.
There you
That's what had to
go.
be said. Of course, it was what a month,
Well, how long
9
did it take,
days.
bro?
I don't know.
Oh, man. You got me in suspense. I want to know
All
what
right.
it took.
I love that everybody's in suspense. So
There you go.
here's this.
Months.
I'll take somebody that will listen and write in to our American Car Classics at yahoo.com or call the 772-584-1048 phone number. Tell me how long it took. I'll give you a T-shirt.
There you go.
There you go.
So that's pretty good stuff right there.
Right.
What's the next one, Mike? You want to read that?
In 1985, Route 66 was officially decertified. The American Association of Highway Signs and Transportation officials voted to remove all of the highway signs. This highway, built and named in 1926, totaling 2,200 miles in length, stretched from Chicago to Santa Monica. Route 66. Have you guys ever been on it?
Route 66. Yeah.
You?
I've been
Yeah.
a part of it.
Years ago.
Out in I went from Vegas to California.
Rick,
And-
where'd you
I
go?
went on it. I got married.
Went to Colorado. Flew into Texas, bought a motorhome, came back through 66.
Right, and how was it? Nice?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Went by the Cadillac Ranch.
Okay.
Pretty neat.
I've heard of that place.
There's a lot of neat stuff still.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Still the old buildings are still
Yeah.
up? Oh, nice.
You've been out west, and you went
Yeah.
to the Welder Up guys.
Yes, out in Vegas.
What are their names?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Welder Up.
Welder Up.
Okay.
Welder up.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I went to Count's Customs.
I went there too.
Oh, did you?
Nobody came out.
Yeah, nobody
Nobody
came out.
but Welder Up guys, they were pretty nice.
Yeah,
They have some beautiful cars inside there.
their stuff is
Counts Custom, you got to like their kind of paint.
really they have
I'm not a big scalloping guy.
right.
Count is. He likes doing all those scallops.
Oh,
and
the
I'm
gold
not a-
leaf.
Yeah, I'm not a
everything.
big fan of it.
That's old.
Where
school,
the
Mike.
Welder Up, the guys at Welder Up, whole different.
No, they're
ball
not
game.
paint people. They're not. You're
Well,
not-
they do paint
right,
there.
but you're not. But they're not emphasized ever on
No,
a paint job. This
no.
isn't about
They do
the
a lot of
bling.
diesel
it's
stuff.
the wow of what the hell they
Wow.
made.
Yeah.
They do. I mean, he's got a '57 Chevy there that's just absolutely beautiful. And
But it's a diesel.
It's a rat rod. It's
Yeah.
It's all rusty.
But it's a diesel.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
it raining?
It doesn't. No, I don't think so. It's
Well,
not
I hope
raining
so.
in the front of the house.
It will be in a minute.
Well, you're in Florida. It could be raining on your back and sun shining on your nose.
Yeah,
right.
But the Welder Up was nice. Counts Custom, like I said, everything was roped off. Nobody came out. Where else did I go?
You go to the pawn shop.
I went to the pawn shop.
I did not.
Yeah.
I went by it.
We went by. And we were gonna go in, and I said, nah, maybe not, because there was a line outside.
Yeah, there was a line.
They only allow a certain amount of people in at a time.
There's nothing in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's just a show.
Television.
The show. No, they do it somewhere else. Almost. So it's like right.
Yeah, they do it in a back room somewhere.
That's correct.
Yeah, because there's a couple of areas to it. But yeah, Count's Customs. I don't mind watching the show, but as for
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
I started tuning into Storage Wars, but I don't even watch that anymore.
and he's got a tattoo shop. He's got a
Yeah.
band. He does a whole bunch
yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have cable.
For me, I'm
He doesn't
Motor
have-
Trend. I
Todd
mean,
don't
really,
have
I just
cable.
watch Motor Trend and Discovery.
Did nice
That's it.
63.
Really
Yeah.
what? So
Count just did nice 63 split window
Oh, yeah?
for customer.
Oh yeah,
No scallops.
no scallops. Wow,
Good.
surprise.
good.
I mean, the guy there, he does paint very well.
He does. That's-
Ryan, he does paint
Yeah.
pretty good.
Incredible.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I wouldn't go so far as to say the best I've ever seen, but yeah. So, all right, look, we're going to take another quick break. This is a fun thing for us. Just hang out for a couple minutes. We're going to, or just, you know what? You don't even know. So we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back.
We're
This
back.
is the American Car Classics radio program. This is a good afternoon for us. We're having a lot of fun. We had a little bit of rain earlier, but you couldn't really tell too much except it got noisy for a second. It was only raining out back, but not out front. But this is Florida.
Right.
So I'm Kenny Schofield, and with me is Mike Carano.
Hey.
He was up digging ditches and laying cement. and Todd Byron, who was up late shoveling sheep stuff and whatever else he does it. And that's an egg. And I made a good catch, and I'm left-handed. I just caught a raw egg.
And we got to thank Rick for coming in because he had to leave.
Yeah,
taking his wife out to
Rick
dinner.
Silverstein, and we appreciate him so much for stopping by. He's got a great car, and like I said,
He's had a lot of nice cars.
I really enjoyed meeting him too. And well, this is the only one that I think does he have?
No, he
More?
doesn't normally have more than one,
Okay.
but he's had a lot of nice cars.
We know some people that do have several.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've got a few each.
Yeah,
but
I have one. What do I got? I got.
You got four.
4, yeah.
Yeah.
4 cars.
And you have
2, 3,
3, 4, 5.
Right.
4.
4.
Yeah, I forgot about this thing.
Well, that's going, right? Bring a trailer?
Yeah, I hope so.
Is it up yet?
No, I guess a friend of mine says it takes about 2 months.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't just put it up and it goes.
No. Well, first you got to apply and send them a couple pictures, and then you got to accept it, and then from that point, you do pictures or you hire their photographers, a little extra money, which we
Right.
did,
Okay.
and then after that, it's about a little over a month before it goes back on.
Well, speaking of bring a trailer, we do this little game that we're going to jump into real fast.
65?
And you're looking at the picture. Look, close your eyes and rub the bumpers.
64.
Todd,
3.
What year did they say we went to the moon?
I have no idea. We
Okay.
never went to the moon, so I never. Really
I
paid
said, what year
attention
did they
to it.
say we went? You didn't hear the
61,
question. Right?
wasn't it?
No. This is a 1963 Chevy Impala SS Sport Coupe.
Right.
It has a 327 finished in white over aqua vinyl upholstery and is powered by a
nice.
327 cubic inch V8 paired with a Power Glide 2-speed automatic transmission. Equipment includes power steering, power front disc brakes, front drop spindles, 15-inch rally style wheels. It's an Edelbrock. It's got an Edelbrock with a 4-barrel carburetor. I'm sorry about that.
They just ruined the whole car.
The engine turned, what is this? The engine turned aluminum interior trim, a center console, a push button AM radio. Well, that you can't get the American Car Classics on that.
Right.
This car, so I would recommend not buying this. No.
I would just change it.
This car was reportedly acquired by the owner's father in 1985 and acquired by the owner in 2015. The Impala is offered by the seller on behalf of the owner with registration history, manufacturer's literature, service records, and a clean California title. So our goal, our job here on this is to understand the picture, to see it, to look at this. There's no lot number. There's no ID number. You don't get to know any of that stuff. And we get to take a guess. And this auction ends in 2 days. So
2 days, so it's quick.
So it's a quick one, and then we're going to find out next week who came close to this. We did one other one. It was a Corvette, an 03 model, and I hit that one on the head at 30.
Right on the head. Yeah, we're all around the same.
That's right.
You hit that one on.
Yep. You were 26. He was 34. So each we had $4,000 on that. Yeah. So I'm gonna flip my paper over real quick, and I'm gonna put down here a K. I'm gonna put down here an M, and I'm gonna put down here a T.
Right.
I put a little J next to that because we know Julie helps him with everything he does. So, I'm going to go in. Man, this is a nice car, but it does
it doesn't have the 409 in it.
Yeah, 63 with it. Boy, I'd almost be back in the money again at 30, but I think maybe a little bit higher. I'm going to go. I'm going to go 37.
37.
Yeah.
See, I'm still in the 20s.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it is, but bring a trailer. They've been bringing in some big money.
They've been doing it.
Well, it's summertime. They've got a lot of cars going through the summertime. That's why I was told.
Yeah. I'm going to, you know what? I'll go 30.
Okay.
30.
Mike is in at 30.
I am going to go in at 32.
Ooh.
32.
Cut me in half.
There you go.
All right, so I'm the high boy this week, so that's pretty cool. We'll have to hold on to this, and we'll file this in the proper compartment to make sure it stays there and that we get this for next week. So let's do this. And here again, if you guys have any suggestions for us or anything else, write us, call us, do whatever, because we love to create and do more things and have fun. And we all working pretty hard and trying to figure it out and everything else. So
that's a car.
Yeah, this car is on Bring a Trailer, so you can check it out if you want to.
It's black and
white, and you can follow it along. And if we sucked at what we were doing there, then maybe we'll go to another game next week and change how we are and stuff. But I'll save on to that real quick. So back to another quick story. I wanted to do this, and this is a pretty cool one to me. This is on here, July 22nd, 1908.
Yeah,
I'm looking at you and get your attention real quick. That's a great hat.
Yeah, I like it.
July 22nd, 1908, Fisher Body was formed.
Really?
Yeah.
1908.
So talking about Fisher Body, I mean, maybe I don't know how many people don't know about Fisher Body. Kevin, do you know about Fisher Body? Oh, you sure? School buses. That's one that was not in there. Studebaker, Buick, Ford, Cadillac, Packard, and Chevrolet.
Thank you.
We lost the light.
Chevrolet. Fisher.
Put a brick on that thing.
Oh, man.
Fisher opened in 1908.
Only on American Car Classics.
And closed their doors in 1987. So open for almost 80 years.
I totally missed all that, bro.
There was an announcement made in 1986 that they were closing the doors. And but by 1914, Fisher Body Company had become the largest auto body manufacturer. In the world, having produced back in 1914. They were open for 6 years.
Wow.
And they had made 370,000 car bodies.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So I remember first time I ever saw Fisher was when I bought my first 70 Monte Carlo.
Right.
And I opened the door, and that little chrome aluminum piece that holds the carpet.
Little protective plate almost kind of thing.
Badge on it.
Had a little badge on it.
And it's got a little horse carriage.
That's right. Yeah. And I never knew anything else about them except it said Body by Fisher.
Body Fisher, right.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah. So I loved reading the story about how big they were and where they were and what they did and everything else. I just thought that was great. So,
well, that right there, I remember that because
it's ingenious.
That car right there was a car that I had my head rolled up in the window.
Oh, when you were little?
When I was little.
Sticking your head out the window?
Oh, this was...
My father, we were going to the VFW for lunch. And I was so excited.
Impala.
I put my head out the window.
I guess he had electric windows.
Electric windows.
Electric windows,
okay.
man. We were like styling and profiling, So
that's awesome.
My mom's over there beating them. You're killing the poor kid.
That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna save some of these stories for the next week. We have plenty.
Really?
I might jump in here some tech talk.
Tech
or
talk.
something.
There you go, because people are writing in.
That's right, and we want to answer some of your stuff. So we take time to do this and everything else. It's pretty fun to do. So first one here.
Well, thanks for your questions. We appreciate that.
Yep.
And if you and real quick, if you have a question, you could email us at AmericanCarClassics@yahoo.com or call us at 772-584-1048.
Or text.
That's right.
Or text.
Yep.
And Kenny might answer the phone.
We got shirts, and I don't know, you can't see it, and maybe you'll get
You got
one
some
down the
ugly
road.
mugs up
but
on the back.
There's some pictures on the back in color, so you get to see a little bit of you can hang around. Truly, you can put us on your pillow.
This way, when you see
can
us in
wrap the
public, you
shirt
know to run.
around your pillow and sleep with one of us tonight.
That's exactly what everybody wants, I'm sure.
Oh, chiming in was Phil Russo, the infamous microphone behind the scenes. Love that. So, hello, Kenny. Hi, everyone. I apologize in advance for the length of this question, but I feel that I need to be descriptive. I love your show and appreciate you guys for taking the time to answer my question. He wrote this before we even agreed to do that, so that's pretty cool. He just figured we would because we're hungry for friends. My name is Rick. And
Speak for yourself.
My
buddy.
name is Rick, and I live in Vero Beach. I've actually been to Todd's shop off of US 1 about 2.5 years ago.
Oh, boy.
I asked him about costs on paintwork.
Oh, boy.
I don't think that I was really ready to hear or learn about the true cost of getting a real good paint job done and about the time frame in which it takes to get one completely done. You must have been straight up honest with this boy.
I'm honest with everybody. You know,
Because he didn't leave you keys in a deposit.
Most people don't. Well, you have to. It's an appointment.
He says, I still have not done the paintwork that needs to be done after talking with Todd. I have a 53 Chevy pickup truck with a 350 small block. It's been bored 30 over. It has a 10.5 to 1 compression. He says, I have a real nice cylinder head and camshaft combination and a 700 R4 backing up the engine for transmission use. He says he's got a positive rear end.
Yeah.
He says to back the engine up as well. I think that it's going to be a great drivetrain for my desires. I know it's going to be a great vehicle when I'm done with it. I have to do the exhaust now, so here's where my question lies. Mm-hmm. How do I know about the right back pressure? How do I know about deciding buying a system that is either an X pipe or an H pipe, which we're talking about crossover tubes, and we'll get into as we answer this stuff. He says, I want to make sure that I do it right for the best performance and not as much for the best sound. He says, although it does matter, I've heard Mike talk about and specify that he does not like the Borla exhaust sound. No. And if he's talking about the new Mustang stuff, that's kind of what you hear from that.
Yeah.
He says, but again, my concerns are mostly with the performance. Thank you in advance. Sincerely, Rick. Rick, incredible question. I mean, man, where do you start with it? I think that I'm an H-pipe guy just from old school history where I was.
Right.
I suppose an X-pipe will breathe a little freer.
X-pipe, yeah.
But it doesn't create as much back pressure. Or maybe it does because the tubes come back and you have that little reverb area or something. But for me, it's put a muffler on there that, okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, you can go with an open chamber 50 series Flowmaster, and it's just a cherry bomb modern day box.
Right.
Or you can go to a 30
Super
series
40.
or the Super 40, which is in between, and it has a little bit of a baffle, which is going to give you some of that back pressure.
Yeah.
Now, if this guy has a pickup truck, and we already know it's pretty short, if he goes all the way out the back, you're going to build more back pressure by being a longer exhaust. Don't go over 2.5 inch.
No. Because
Even though it sounds like a good motor,
right.
you don't need anything bigger than that.
Yeah.
Keep it restrictive some. How important is back pressure?
Todd?
I mean,
Really,
I mean,
it depends on depends on the motor and what your application. There's a lot of different things in play.
yeah, I think he described it pretty well for us. And I'd say for
I'd
him,
say 2.5 exhaust all the way out the back.
yeah,
And if you want to really,
Super 40s.
and if you want to really have more sound, just get the adapters and just
Put
can
you
run-
some.
a cutout.
the
Cutouts,
cutouts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
And they're all they're really electric,
the electric ones
or they're manual.
Yeah.
So
the manuals, they always froze, the cables froze up. Now I'm sure technology is a lot more than when I was doing but I would really love the cutouts. And Todd, you've got your C10,
Yeah.
and it has got, and I still haven't seen it on a rack. You have, but that exhaust system is a trick system.
It is trick.
There's something that when I heard it the first time ever, I said, "Oh my God, I want to get under this truck. I want to know what it's all."
now, what is it? Is it an X or an H? What do you got under there?
It's
Is it-
like looped up over.
And what's wild is the pipe that comes to the muffler actually has a Y, and it turns up, and then it runs parallel with the muffler. It looks like a Super 40,
right.
but on the top of that pipe is a cutout, and then
Okay.
it comes down into the pipe behind the back of the muffler, and then
Right.
comes out the side of the bed.
Okay.
Oh shoot!
So they're being
That's
sneaky
all
over
messed
there.
up. Anyways. Anyways,
That's very cool. Yeah, I loved it. As soon as I started up, I knew that it was going to be something super cool.
So just
I would.
just
missing
don't get a blower exhaust on your car.
I would go see.
We're definitely not going to get sponsors
being
from
local
them, right?
and being in Vero,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would see Fred over AC Automotive.
Right.
He does spectacular exhaust.
I'm not. I
like
like hearing noise. I like to, like the electric
Yeah.
vehicles. I'm already they're gonna,
Right.
bring in sound just so you could hear the noise on the car.
Yeah.
I want to hear.
I have a bend pack bender, and I do up to 3-inch stainless steel exhaust up to,
Right.
But I'm so busy in one man that I would say Fred's is where to go, and if he's in Vero
Well,
already.
in Vero,
right,
he's like
right. He's the guy.
He does some remarkable work.
He does. He just did some work for Steve not too long ago too.
Yeah, and to me, like you were saying about, listen, you need something loud.
Yeah, I need something.
Here's like my truck. It's got a hell of a damn stereo system. So is my Chevelle.
Right.
It's never on.
Never on. Yeah.
And I like listening to the car. I don't want to hear no radio.
What volume would you have to put the radio on in order to hear it over
It would
your
have to
truck or
be.
the car?
It would be pretty loud.
It'd be
My
very
Chevelle-
loud.
You know what's funny? I drive that truck and it's loud.
Yeah.
I get my Chevelle and it sounds quiet. And I used to think
Yeah.
that car was loud.
Right.
It's crazy.
When I start that up in here to empty it out and set the studio up, it's just it's
Wow.
like
I think
my nipples get hard. It's
He
super
gets
hard.
here super early to do that.
Yeah, I know.
I came today, I think at like 4:15 or
Yeah.
something, man.
And the gate was
I think
open.
I'm going to get there
the
early.
gate was open.
Wow.
Look,
While Julie was here.
yeah,
All right. So thanks for your question. Ray.
yeah. So that was
Yeah, man.
awesome. That was awesome. Let's jump into one more real quick, Mike. You got that one?
Yeah. Hello and good afternoon. My name is Paul, and I live in Fort Pierce. I actually have met two of you guys at the show at the C.W. Willis Farm. I have a 65 Impala. I want to know if I'm going to have to do anything with my drive shaft size and length and/or yokes. See, I'm doing an LS swap, and I imagine there's going to be some differences. I'm trying to think of everything ahead of time, so I don't have a prolonged downtime during the swap. It does have a factory 12-bolt rear. Any help would be appreciated.
I like that too, man. I've got 4 LS systems in my engine shed, and I'm just trying to figure out which projects to put them in and do all that.
Right.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. And chances are, yes, you are going to be doing some modifications to a drive shaft.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not going to go
So
from one
for
to
me,
the
when
other.
I build the Modi, I want to do one of the aluminum drive shafts that's out of the late model pickup trucks.
Right.
They're light, they're big, they're strong, big U joints.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to go with.
And if you're going to get some power, you got to put that loop in there, too.
Got to put a loop in.
Yeah.
Maybe even 2 of them, because if it breaks a foot out of the transmission,
Right.
I mean, I could take an arm off or whatever.
And we were talking last week about those old-time dragsters. They
Yeah.
sat on the transmissions.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did that.
Yeah.
They had some big kahunas.
I would shoot way before that red line every time, just knowing that if I push it, I'm going to win the race, but I'm going to lose my.
Doesn't matter. Just shoot the thing, because even if it came out at
Right.
a lower RPM, it's still going to cut your legs off.
Yeah.
Vicious.
Vicious.
Just think about it.
Vicious.
Flywheel flies out.
Vicious. All right. Well, we're going to jump away and wipe our microphones off for a second. So hang out. This American Car Classics. Don't go away. Just stay where you are. Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Kenny from the American Car Classics radio program. If I talk too fast, it's your fault because you're slow.
Wow, that's
Jeez,
crazy.
that
With
was-
me today is
You
Mike
feel like
Carano.
sounds like one of them car sales disclaimers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, the way you
If you keep turn the key too fast, your car will blow up. I love that. So,
And we
Todd
have to
Byron,
say that legally.
we don't have to say anything legally, do we?
No.
Right.
Not no more.
So, Mike Carano and I'm Kay Schofield.
If you don't like it, lump it.
Thanks for tuning in to us, man. We really do appreciate this. Listen, you think that we're newbies because you're just tuning in to us. We've actually been doing this for several years.
Yeah.
This show's been around for 9 years this month. Mike's been a member of the original cast for 7 years now. 7
Something
years.
like that,
That's
yeah.
about right. And Todd and I floated in here about 4 or 5 years ago. And well, the original host, he kind of just bailed ship. It was a year ago, August. So everything seems to happen in August. Listen, it's a hot time of the summer. You
Yeah.
start to get into this depressional funk. You want to start carrying your gun instead of on the hip. You start carrying it in your hand or in the front, whatever. It's pigs are calling themselves friends, and it just they don't even like the mud anymore by August. They just want straight water.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. So thanks for tuning in to us. 772-584-1048. That's our hotline. Yes, we have a hotline. We're that sophisticated.
Texas.
American Car Classics at yahoo.com. That's an email if you want to get in front of your little keyboard and type us a little message. It'd be so cute. We'd read it on the air or something like that.
iHeartRadio.
Real quick, back to Paul's question with the LS.
Yeah, Paul.
Our buddy Tom Minnick with the 57 Chevy.
Yeah.
Sold it.
No kidding.
What?
Gone. Yeah. He sold his 57 Chevy. But he sent me a picture of a car he's getting. It's a 57. You'd appreciate this. Not personally, but
Oh, it's a Pontiac?
it's a Pontiac.
I appreciate it.
It's a Pontiac Chieftain
Oh, the
Oh,
Chief.
cool.
with the NASCAR package.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's maybe one in the
rare.
country.
Were they cream colored? I think they were cream colored with
It's-
black letters and
I
stuff.
think this is coral colored.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe.
Wow.
It's a beautiful car.
But his 57, I've seen it for years. It's
Wait
just
till
been.
you see this one. It's a 57 Pontiac Chieftain NASCAR edition.
Huh.
I guess it's a 347. Does that sound right?
Sounds like it.
With a 3 deuces.
Wow.
Yeah, 6-pack.
And they figured they didn't make that many of them. They think that it's probably only one of one in the country
Wow.
because it's a NASCAR edition.
Jeez.
So that's what he's picking up. He got rid of his 57 Chevy, so good luck, Tom and Faye.
Wow.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah.
Wow, man! Tom and Faye, they're locals here in Sebastian, and Mike is the president of the Sebastian Muscle Car Club. If you want to find it on Facebook, look up the Sebastian Muscle Car Club. You got to pay $1.
Yeah, you don't have to pay $1 no more. We're
You don't even do it.
Yeah, we're good.
It's a
Yeah, it
free
is.
club right here, broken
club.
right here on the American Car Classics. Keep the $1.
Yeah, keep the
email
dollar.
them. Join in. There's 300 members strong.
Over 300.
Over.
Yeah, over 300 members. And if you want to join, just go on to the Sebastian Muscle Car Facebook page, hit the like, and you're good to go.
Love that.
And we put a lot of car shows up on it, and along with the American Car Classics Radio.
We do.
Facebook page, we do that.
Yeah.
So
And at the end of the show, I'm going to let you go ahead and you're going to do the weekend weather and car show report, which we're going to have a couple in there.
doing
Yes,
a
sir.
weekend weather report.
You always
It's
do
gonna
that
be
because
hot.
I like to know what
With
the
a
weather's going to be
50%
like.
chance of rain
Yeah.
So I'm going to read a little bit of history real quick right
Yeah,
here.
so go ahead.
We're jumping to some of this.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, there's a typo right there at the top, so it just flummoxed me for a second.
What's that thing? Stop stuttering there, Spider.
August 16th, 1937, Harvard introduced a traffic engineering course. That was probably one of the very first ones ever in the country. That's why it was special.
And Harvard did it?
Harvard. That's in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would Harvard do it?
I don't know. Right here, Todd's going to read one right here. August 13th, 1955.
Hideo Fukuyama is born. He would become the first Japanese born
Born?
Born?
Oh, it's supposed to be
NASCAR
R.
driver.
That's another one.
I'm sorry,
What
I'm
is-
going to need
what is
to
his
hear
name?
that from Todd one more
Yeah,
time.
what
How
is
do
his
we
name?
pronounce that name?
Hideo Fukuyama.
Probably got it better the second time. I think.
Fukuyama.
Fukuyama. That's
is.
where you guys go for dinner,
Yeah.
right? Fukuyama's.
Yeah, he's gonna cook you up some
But you
steak.
guys are saying Fuki, and it's Fuku.
Fukuyama.
Fukuyama.
Don't know, man. I don't pronounce all that stuff.
Anyway, it had to do with NASCAR.
If he was
so
still
I wrote it
alive,
down.
he'd
And talk
correct
about
me.
NASCAR. Well, who won? Kevin Harvic?
He was
this week
born in
again?
55. I'm sure he's still alive.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but he's lived forever, man.
Yeah.
Because he eat rice.
living on rice a long time. Never know.
That's it. We're off the air.
Yeah.
That's it. Off the
Over the
air.
line. Mark it 0.
Out.
That's
Good
it.
boy.
We're done. Now we're done.
August
Carry
14th, 1988, a friend of ours raced for this guy, Enzo Ferrari, and he had passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a friend of ours raced for
Jim
him.
Pace.
Jim Pace. Brian Redmond.
Brian Redmond.
Oh, yeah. Brian didn't pass away.
No, he drove for
Oh, I thought
Enzo Ferrari drove. Enzo Ferrari
Brian-
passed away
Brian's
in
still
'88.
alive.
Yeah, I was saying.
and Brian raced for him. Brian
Yeah.
Redmond. Brian Redmond's a Vero Beach guy, and he's a friend of
Yep.
the program and everything else. So we'll see him out
Yep.
at Chattanooga Motor Car Festival,
yeah.
October 13th through the 16th. Man, if you're near Chattanooga, tune into us because we're going to be out that way. And, man, you should come see us. If you don't know about the Motor Car Festival in Chattanooga, look it up. Second week of October. You would never regret
Yeah,
it.
and if you ever can talk to Brian, he is super nice guy. He's got so much stories to tell you. It's amazing.
Tons of stories.
Yeah, he's a great
Yeah.
human being.
He did it all from Porsche to
Amazing.
Ferrari to Wright.
Amazing
Yeah,
man.
yeah. August 15th, 1938, Nicola Romeo, the founder of Alfa Romeo, passed away. August 16th, we already did this one, right? 1977, Elvis Presley died at his home in Graceland.
Right.
August 16th, 1777, the American forces won the Battle of Bennington in what was considered to be the turning point of the Revolutionary War.
Really?
Well, if you believe the government.
Yeah. Exactly.
August 15th, 1812, the Native American forces. Well, this got cut off somewhere. I messed that up. We want to continue it.
All right,
It's
whatever.
okay because any joke I make that follows that is going to get us kicked off. Something,
Yeah,
so.
so we're done. All right, so real quick, we'll do the car shows and then we'll get out of here.
Get out of here.
All right, Dunkin Donuts, if you listen to us, Dunkin Donuts up in Beachside, 1220 North A1A, Indy Atlantic, Saturday, August 20th from 8 to noon, okay? And then also August 27th from 5 to 8:30 over at the Burger Inn up in Melbourne. It's a big truck show, burgers and burnouts. Ken, you going?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go.
sounds like
I've got
fun.
tickets for
Third
Daytona. We'll see what I'm doing, though.
Third annual burger at the Burger Inn. Then again on August 27th, 3 to 7 also, the Scratch Bistro and Lounge is having a car show, 1940 Highway 1A, next to Lowe's up in Indian Harbor Beach. It's veteran-owned. It's from 3 to 7. And then you got our car show we're going to talk about more in the weeks coming up. That's September 10th from 8 to 12 at Nettie's Roadside Restaurant, 2555 27th Avenue, Southeast Vero Beach, Florida.
And we've got another one, too. This is going to be Solaris Senior Living Facility. This is, as I find the file, 3855 Indian River Boulevard, Vero Beach, 32960. This is going to be Saturday, October 22nd, right after we get back from Chattanooga Motor Car Festival. This is from 11 to 1 p.m. Suggested donation of $10 per person. This includes a punch card for 8 tacos and a raffle ticket. There are going to be different taco vendors out from the area, not competing in so much of a contest with it, but it's going to be judged, I think, and it'll be a lot of fun. We are asking our local listeners if they'd like to tune in, if they're tuning in, to please go ahead and join us at Nettie's Roadside Restaurant at 8 a.m. We're going to do breakfast, and then we're going to take a little cruise over to Solaris, and we'll be hosting the event there as well. So that's Saturday, October 22nd from 11 to 1, 3855 Indian River Boulevard, and we'll start at 8 o'clock at Nettie's on the Curve in Vero Beach.
Right. And just real quick before we go, you could find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, iHeartMedia, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Download the iHeartMedia app. You could leave a voicemail, a text message to have your tech talk questions answered or just make fun of Kenny, 772-584-1048, or email us at AmericanCarClassics@yahoo.com.
I'm a fun guy.
You're a fun guy.
Fun
So
me.
that's our show, and put the pedal to the
We're
metal.
sticking to it.
Let's
Yeah.
get going.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
And have a good night.